Good day, everyone. So today we're going to talk about the social emotional disorders. Next slide, please. So, what is social emotional disorders? So, these are the individuals who experience difficulties in managing their emotions, establishing positive relationships, and making responsible decisions in life. So, this means that they have trouble in building and maintaining relationship with peers and adults. They can also struggle to engage with learning and to cope in mainstream education. Children with social emotional disorders will often feel anxious, scared, and misunderstood. So, social emotional disorders are complex mental health conditions that significantly impact an individual's ability to regulate emotions, form and maintain relationships, and navigate social interaction effectively. These disorders can manifest in various ways, including difficulties in expressing emotions, understanding social cues, and managing interpersonal conflicts. Individual with social emotional disorder may be also experience challenges in developing a sense of identity and self-esteem, so which can affect their overall well-being and quality of life. So, understanding the underlying causes and symptoms of these disorders is crucial for early identification and intervention, as it can help individuals receive the support and treatment they need to lead fulfilling lives. Next slide, please. We have the first type of social emotional disorder. So first is we have the emotional behavioral disorder. So it is an emotional disorder that affects a person's ability to be happy, controlling their emotions and pay attention in school. So emotional behavior disorder kay kani siya kay nag-impair siya og person's ability to cope and approximately react to situations or emotion. So napod siya inability nga to mula ganing stop niya ang iyang self to build and maintain satisfactory interpersonal relationship with peers and teachers. So this kuan kay maglisod siya og interact with other people. Usually in other terms, but they isolate themselves and they don't really ano with other people. So next slide, please. So we have I've researched 5 types of children with emotional behavioral disorders. This is according to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders or DSM. So first is we have conduct disorder. So conduct disorder is a type of behavior disorder. It's when a child has antisocial behavior. He or she may disregard basic social standards and rules. He or she may also be irresponsible. So, ang conduct disorder, unsa man jud ni siya? So, it is a mental condition kanang ang kaning bata or ang teens nga magpakita og aggressiveness and antisocial behaviors. So, unsa may mga symptoms aning conduct disorder? So, ang symptoms ani include lying, stealing, fighting, vandalizing, destroying property, setting fires, skipping school, bullying others. And what are the possible treatments includes parent management training, multi-systematic therapy, psychotherapy, medications. So, it doesn't mean nga ang a child is makita nimo if na siya ani isa ka symptoms, it doesn't mean na siya conduct disorder. So, as you can see, we need to follow step by step or a process to know if the child has a conduct disorder. So, usa may possible nga ma-involves ani niya. So, as we all know that psychiatry and child study center kay sila diri nagganang sila center ani sila more they have more idea about this kind of disorder. So next is emotional disturbance. It is an ability to build or maintain satisfactory interpersonal relationship with peers or family. It is often described as a general pervasive mood of unhappiness or depression. So this this type of emotional behavioral disorder kay na ni Ma'am Consuelo that they are easily to kanang ma-disturb. For example, they are sitting down and then or they're doing something and then you interrupt, especially when you talk about their moms, 'di ba? So dali sila masuko. But still, we cannot say that the person has an emotional disturbance if wala siya as what I've said earlier, that it has a step-by-step process to know that that child or that particular child is having emotional disturbance. Next slide, please. Okay, next is we have the personality disorder. So it is a mental health condition where people have lifelong pattern of seeing themselves and reacting to others in ways that cause the problems. So kani kay naka-affect siya at least two of these areas: way of thinking about oneself and others, way of responding emotionally, way of relating to other people. So ang kani siya personal disorder, maapektuhan niya unsaon siya paghunahuna sa iyang kagalingon sa others. Bali ari masulod ang comparing to another people, ilahang mga ups and downs, and unsaon nila pag-respond emotionally sa kanang mga problems. Okay, next is we have the anxiety disorder. So it's a type of mental health condition. If you have an anxiety disorder, you may respond to certain things and situation with fear and dread. So I'm gonna talk about the anxiety disorder, but just an overview because Hinabi will tackle it later. So kani siya kay nag-involve siya persistent and excessive worry that interferes with daily activities. Kani siya kay this one is the ongoing worry and tension may be accompanied by physical symptoms. Para nang walay pahuway, feeling on edge or easily fatigue, dali kapuyon, difficulty in concentrating, muscle tension or problem sleeping. So anhi diri makita nga maglisod siya tulog and then maglisod siya concentrate to the things that he will do or she will do. Next is we have the attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or ADHD. It is one of the most common mental disorder affecting children. So kani siya ADHD is a person with ADHD has a difference in brain development and brain activity that affect attention, the ability to sit still, and self-control. So it is very common no nga we always talk about when we hear the word ADHD, the first word that comes to our mind kay dili sila mapuyo. They are very hyper, but I've learned this when in first sem that if a child is very active, it doesn't mean that he has a ADHD. So we cannot conclude that that person or that child has this ADHD by just seeing how they react or how they control themselves or how they react. Doesn't mean that if doesn't mean that he is very active. That would be all. And then next slide, please. I know. What causes a behavioral disorder? So, naay mga biological causes may include kaning physical illness or disability. And next is the malnutrition, brain damage, hereditary factors. So, kani siya nga disorders possible nga makuha sa genes or sa atong parents or relatives. And physical illness or disability na ba siya kanang na-disable siya. Malnutrition also affect if kulang ang nutrients and dili kuan sa imong body ang walay nutrients sa imong body, na possible nga makakause siya behavioral disorder. So if naay biological causes, napoy other factors related to an individual's home life may contribute to behaviors associated with a behavioral disorder. So first kay we have divorce or other emotional upset at home. So, di ba makakause siya og kanang if a child ginagdako siya if kanang ilang parents ginag-divorce, syempre as a child dili dali nila i-adapt that kind of situation because dili pa nila ma-process they're too young to know about a divorce. It may possible that they can get trauma or emotion upset. So next is unhealthy or inconsistent discipline style. So dili unhealthy kanang mga unhealthy nga tupanganon, same goes with the malnutrition. So if we eat unhealthy or inconsistent discipline style, it can cause also a behavioral disorder. So next is poor attitude toward education or schooling. So kanang bato siya sa school, dili siya ganahan og kanang or di siya mag-interact kay possible that he could or she could have a behavioral disorder. Next slide please. So emotional symptoms of behavioral disorders. So first is easily getting annoyed or nervous, often appearing angry, putting blame on others, refusing to follow rules, or questioning authority. Next is arguing and throwing temper tantrums, having difficulty in handling frustrations. Next slide, please. Next reporter.
So let's proceed to anxiety attack. It is a sudden feeling of fear without any threat. Panic attacks are a more intense feeling of dread, fear, or discomfort. People may feel a loss of control or that their life is in danger. Panic attacks can also feel like a sudden feeling of fear when no threat is present. So, panic attack is a sudden feeling of fear without any threats. Kana ganing kalit-kalit lang nga maka-feel ka og kahadlok even though wala mo threat makahadlok maka-feel ka hadlok. So, imagine you're going about your day, minding your own business, when suddenly out of nowhere you're hit with this overwhelming sense of fear, like it's your body's alarm system has gone off. But there is no actual danger around. So this is what we call anxiety attack. Now, if that feeling of fear intensifies to the point where you feel like you're losing control or that your life is in danger, that is when it transitions into a panic attack. It's like a sudden surge of fear taking over even though there's no real threat. So next slide, please. So we have here the types of anxiety attack. So first we have agoraphobia. It's a type of anxiety disorder in which you fear and often avoid places or situations that might cause you to panic and make you feel trapped, helpless, or embarrassed. So for example, we have si Sarah. Sarah used to love going to the mall with her friends. But lately, nakafeel siya og kahadlok, then she feels terrified at the thought of being in crowded places. And she worries about having a panic attack and not being able to escape. So as a result of that, she avoids going out and prefers to stay at home, even though gimingaw gani siya sa young friends and the activities they used to enjoy. Second is anxiety disorder due to a medical condition includes symptoms of intense anxiety or panic that are directly caused by a physical health problem. So an example scenario of this is that James, diagnosed with a heart condition, and after finding out about his condition, he finds himself experiencing frequent episodes of intense anxiety and panic. Every time he feels his heart racing or anxiety and panic, every time he feels his heart racing, mag-chest pain sa kanang magkuan siya mag-overthink siya nga kuan hala basin kuan kanang mamatay na kuan na malo siya nga yes magka-heart attack na siya, and these symptoms directly result from his medical condition, leading to increased stress, worry, and anxiety. So third, we have generalized anxiety disorder, and this includes persistent and excessive anxiety and worry about the activities or events, even ordinary to routine issues. So People who has generalized anxiety disorder can seem to stop worrying about everything, even sa mga simple nga mga butang, like example nakalimot siya kung kanang nag-overthink siya nga basi nga wala niya na off ang iyang stove, nalakan baka to niyang main door, ari i-overthink na lang niya, overthink ka na lang nila ang tanan to. Then because of this, they worries about they worries about katong mga butang nga dili na gani dapat i-overthink, and these worries consume their thoughts throughout the day, making it difficult for them to focus on anything else. Despite knowing gani that their concerns might be irrational, they can't shake off the feeling of unease and apprehension that makes them feel stressed. So, next slide. So, next is panic disorder. It involves repeated episodes of sudden feelings of intense panic, anxiety, and fear or terror that reach a peak within minutes. So, people who has panic disorder frequently experiences sudden and intense panic attacks out of nowhere. During these episodes, they feel that their heart is pounding, struggles to breathe, and becomes overwhelmed with fear that something terrible is about to happen. And then these attacks can occur at any time, leaving them feeling helpless and terrified. Next is selective mutism. Selective mutism. It is a consistent failure of children to speak in certain situations, such as school, even when they can speak in other situations, such as at home with close family friends. So here, kanang kasagarang maka-experience ani kay ang mga student youth, especially those who are naa sa mga lower grades, like kanang grade 1, kinder, and these people, every time they enter their classroom, they will become completely silent, unable to speak or interact with their classmates or teachers, despite being able to communicate freely at home. They feel paralyzed by fear in these particular social situations, causing them significant distress and hindering their ability to participate in school activities. Next, we have separation anxiety disorder. It is a childhood disorder characterized by anxiety that's excessive for the child's developmental level and related to separation from parents or others who have parental rules. So, separation anxiety disorder is a psychological condition commonly found in children, marked by an unusual high level of anxiety when separated from their parents or kanang mga caregivers nila or kanang mga individuals in nga dool nila. Next, we have social anxiety disorder. This disorder involves high levels of anxiety, fear, and avoidance of social situations due to feelings of embarrassment, self-consciousness, and concern about being judged or viewed negatively by others. So people who have social anxiety disorder are extremely anxious whenever they are in social situations, especially around people they doesn't know well. They worry intensely about saying or doing something embarrassing, fearing that others will judge them negatively. As a result, they avoid social gatherings and prefer to spend time alone, despite kay maka-feeling sila og lonely or bahalag ma-isolate na sila. Next is this specific phobias. It is characterized by a major anxiety when you're exposed to a specific object or situation and desire to avoid it. Phobias provoke panic attacks in some people. So an example scenario for this is Jenny has an intense fear of spiders. Madok siya og mga kaka. Even sa kanang mga gigmay nga mga spider kay it sends her into a panic, causing her heart to race and her palms to sweat. Kanang she goes out of her way to avoid places gani nga might nga naay mga kaka. And because of that, she will experience debilitating anxiety if she can If anxiety, kung makakita siya na nga mga kuan, bihalag, usa pa nakagamay nga kaka, kay iha man ang kuan, mao na yan specific nga phobia. Next, we have substance-included anxiety disorder. It is characterized by symptoms of intense anxiety or panic that are a direct result of misusing drugs, taking medications, being exposed to a toxic substance, or withdrawal from drugs. So, a sample scenario to this is after experimenting with drugs at a party, Tom finds himself experiencing intense anxiety and panic attacks. These symptoms arise directly from his drug use and persist even after he stops using them, making it difficult for him to function normally in his daily life. Lastly, we have unspecified anxiety disorder and unspecified anxiety disorder. These terms for anxiety or phobias that don't meet the exact criteria for any other anxiety disorders but are significant enough to be distressing and disruptive. So, these are the people who feels or experiences persistent feelings of anxiety and worry but doesn't meet the specific criteria for any of the other anxiety disorders. Despite not having a clear diagnosis, the symptoms significantly impact their daily functioning and well-being, making it important for them to seek help and support from a mental health professional. Next slide. So next we have depression. So depression is characterized by a low mood or loss of pleasure or interest in activities for long periods of time. So, depression is a mental health condition characterized by persistent feelings of sadness, hopelessness, and a lack of interest in activities. It can affect how you think, feel, and handle daily activities. Symptoms can vary from person to person and can range from mild to severe. So first, we have psychotic depression. Ang nakakos ani niya kay mga genetics, and its symptoms is persistent sadness, emptiness, or feeling down. So psychotic depression is a type of depression where a person experiences severe depression along with psychotic symptoms such as hallucinations and delusions. These people feel extremely sad and they believe that they are being watched by unseen forces even though there's no evidence for it. Second, we have seasonal affective disorder. Causes are alcohol and drugs, and its symptoms, okay, loss of interest or pleasure in activities once enjoyed. So seasonal affective disorder is a type of depression that occurs at a specific time of year, usually in the winter months when there's less sunlight. For example, someone who feels down and lacking energy every winter when the days are shorter and darker. Third, we have major depression. Cause niya kay illness, and its symptoms is changes in appetite or weight. Major depression. This is what most people think of when they hear the depression. It involves persistent feelings of sadness, hopelessness, and loss of interest or pleasure in activities. For example, think of someone who can't seem to enjoy anything anymore, feels exhausted all the time, and struggles to find motivation for anything. Next, we have postpartum depression. Nakakos niya kay stress and ang yan symptoms kay sleep disturbance or insomnia or oversleeping. Postpartum depression occurs when in women after giving birth, characterized by feelings of extreme sadness, anxiety, and exhaustion that can make it difficult to care for themselves or their newborn. For example, imagine a new mother feeling overwhelmed and unable to bond with her baby despite wanting to Yeah, despite 22 kay kuan lagi siya naka-experience lagi siya of depression after she give birth. Next, we have bipolar disorder. Co- cause is stress and symptoms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Yeah, symptoms that kay sleep disturbance, insomnia, or oversleeping. So, bipolar disorder, this involves periods of extreme mood swings that include emotional highs, mania, or hypomania, and lows, depression. For example, picture someone who is experiencing days of intense energy, racing thoughts, and reckless behavior followed by the days of deep sadness of hopelessness. So, ang kaniya nga disorder kay ganing like kalit lahi-lahi ang iyang kuan ba kanang lahi-lahi ang iyang behavior, like pag karon nga adlaw kay kanang malipayon kay siya yan, sa following days kay magulanon kaayo siya. Next is premenstrual dysphoric disorder. This is a kind of disorder where it makes women feel really moody and uncomfortable before their period to the point where it's hard to do normal things. Think of an example scenario of this is someone who goes from feeling okay to feeling super cranky, then sad or worried right before their period starts. So ang kaning disorder ay kanina siyang before gani dugon na mga babae kay kanang di ba kanang mag-moody sila, like kanang tanduguron kay ilang utok kanang sa putunon gani kayo sila muna premenstrual dysphoric disorder. Next is dysthymia. This a long term milder form of depression where a person has low mood, poor self-esteem, and lack of interest or pleasure in most activities. An example for this is someone who has felt consistently down for years and never feeling truly happy or excited about life. Next, we have disruptive mood dysregulation disorder. It is when kids get really upset and have big tantrums more often than usual. It is hard for them to control their emotions, and it's often this disorder are often diagnosed in children between the ages 6 and 18 who exhibit persistent irritability and frequent temper tantrums. So last, we have the manic depression. It is an older term of bipolar disorder. So ang kaning depression, manic depression kay mo parehas gani siya sa bipolar disorder, but ang kaning word or kaning term nga manic depression, more ni siya ang older na term sa bipolar disorder. Yeah. It is kind of disorder which encompasses both manic and depressive episodes. So, sa akong ginis kanina, bipolar disorder is the current term used in community to describe the condition. So there isn't difference between them. Walay naka-difference between the manic depression and the bipolar disorder. Both of them refer the same mood disorder characterized by alternating episodes of mania and depression. So that's all for my report. Next reporter, please.
So, obsessive-compulsive disorder is a long-lasting disorder in which a person experiences uncontrollable and recurring thoughts, obsession, engaging in repetitive behavior, compulsion, or both. OCD is a mental health condition characterized by an intrusive, unwanted thoughts, image, or urges, obsession, and repetitive behaviors or mental acts compulsions into reducing the distress caused by this obsession. So OCD have two. Let us let us give the meaning the obsession and compulsion. Obsession. These are the persistent or inclusive thoughts, orders, or images sa same sa kung kuan ganina sulti. So like like it is it is repeated or a wanted thoughts that caused by anxiety daw siya. So like you you think that your home is unsafe or you have obsession in germs like that. So compulsion is these are the repetitive behavior people perform to temporarily relieve this anxiety. So like kuan siya. So like you have obsessed in germs. Nya ang dira na siya mahog sa compulsion na magsige na ka og limpyo so cleaning the house so para di kanang di nimo makuha ng germs. So like manahadlo ka sa germs gani or like you thought that unsafe imong house. So you have like the compulsion is repetitive behavior of checking the house na lock ba siya or ganing mga na-unplug ba nimo imuhang mga socket o imong mga appliances. Yeah. And then 3% of the population have this one. So men and women can have this OCD. So OCD starts in childhood to teens. So what is the cause of OCD? So OCD is unknown. OCD kanang makuha nimo ang OCD from genetics or environment, like ma-inherit nimo to your parents or to your relative. So like this one, biological factors, some research linked to the development of OCD to a chemical imbalance of serotonin in the brain. So what is serotonin? Serotonin is a messenger naturally found in the brain and around the body. So and then serotonin also is a focus on the calmness is associated with happiness. So like that. So the life change is sometimes major life change such as a new job or a birth of a child kay mao na siya ang maka-trigger sa OCD, like more responsibilities on a person. So behavioral factors, people who are extremely organized, neat, meticulous, and those who like to be in charge from a young age. City. In an instance, contracted a severe loss of touching rat poison in the house can lead to hand washing compulsion. So, like sa akong giingon di ba ganina na ang obsession kay mo kana siya mo kanaging mo connect ra siya sa imuhang compulsion, like atong sa akong gingon ganina na germs to compulsion is cleaning, your obsession in unsafe na feel nimo unsafe sa house, the compulsion is checking or repetitive checking in your house. So the treatment OCD is psychotherapy. So psychotherapy like cognitive behavior therapy. So like iyahang kanang ma-handle na sa nay OCD kay ma-handle niya ang stress situation sa iyang kuan sa OCD niya. And then Sa medication is ang medication na iyang i-intake is selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. So like sa kuan like na daghan man og kanang tambal na maka-intake depende lang sa science therapist kung unsay ihatag niya na tambal. So next one is bipolar disorder. Bipolar disorder is a mental illness that causes shift in the person mood, energy, activity level, and concentration. The shift can make it difficult through day-by-day tasks. So bipolar disorder is dramatically shift emotion, moods, and energy. So like the other term is manic depression. Manic is the highest emotion, and the depression is the lowest emotion. So manic depression from extreme low to extreme high don't happen moment to moment. Usually happen only day to weeks. So what is low emotion? So low emotion as same as major depressive disorders and polar depression. So ang ma-feel niya kay ani kay hopeless, discouraged, lack of energy, focus, or physical symptoms like eating too little or sleeping too much. So ang highest emotion is that like kana ganing like mo invest ka sa imong all money in the risky business na wa nimo gi huna-huna ang imuhang return of investment sa imong self. So invest lang ka or act or behave recklessly. So we have three types of modes. So manic, hypomanic, or depressive. So these pictures serve the level of manic, hypermanic, and severe depression or depressive. So manic is a state of mind characterized by high energy, excitement, and over sustained period of time, like feeling extreme up. Hypermanic is a condition in which you have period of abnormality, elevate exchange change in your moods or emotion, energy level, or activity level. So, less severe na siya na siya tunga sa severe manic o sa normal moods, si hypermanic. Si depressive is extremely down. A person experience a depressive mood, so feeling sad, irritable, or empty. So, bipolar disorder have three types of disorder. So, number one is bipolar disorder 1. So, bipolar disorder 1 is at least one manic episode must be present and may be preceded or following by hypomanic or major depressive episode. Manic episode must at least 7 days or most. So severe that person needs immediate hospital care. So bipolar disorder, the people that have major lows at least 2 weeks, at least last 2 weeks, and major high at least a week or require hospitalization. And one untreated manic episode can last as long as 3 to 6 months, but not required for any nose down. So the next is bipolar disorder 2. So bipolar disorder 2, at least one major depressive episode and at least one hypomanic episode must be present. The individual must never had a manic episode. So like this color green. So like like mania to severe depression. So bipolar disorder to a person experience similar low and less severe hypermania least in to 4 weeks. So the symptoms generally last for a few weeks or a few months. So number 3 is a psychotic disorder. Psychotic disorder at least 2 years in adult or 1 year in child and in teenagers. Of many periods of hypermania symptoms and periods of depressive symptoms, those through less severe or major depression. So like this this blue one. So mid low or and mid high or hypermania. So mag-cycle na siya back and forth at least 2 years in adult and 1 year in child or teens. So the the causes of this kanang bipolar disorder is anxiety, substance wait lang. Like ma-trigger ni ang kaning bipolar disorder niya if ma-trigger iyahang manic episode. So, ang maka-trigger sa iyang manic episode is the SSRIs. SSRI stands for Selective Serotonin Rehabilitators. So, mo na ang one maka-trigger sa iyahang sa bipolar disorder. So, kuan ang bipolar disorder daw kay di daw kanang there are many potential biological and genetic cause for bipolar disorder. So, ang biological like pwede nimo makuha sa imong family or relative kung nas both sides kung naa ba sila ani or people with bipolar disorder appear have physically changed in their brains, more common within first-degree relatives than share similar DNA. Like sa kuan. And treatment for and some people say that if you have bipolar disorder, nasa kay possibility na nasad ka ani ng disorder, anxiety, substance abuse, ADHD o personality disorder. So wala tay cure ani na disorder but na siya treatment. So treatment is pareha na siya sa OCD psychotherapy, so talk therapy, cognitive behavior therapy to handle the stressful situation to prevent sad sa manic episode na mo trigger. That's all. Thank you.
So before we end our topic for today, we have here a quote by Eric Jensen. There is no separation of mind and emotions. Emotion, thinking, and learning are all linked. So that would be all. Thank you.